Hey everyone, I'm just looking at this right now and thinking my head just finds new and unique ways to look ridiculous, like more ridiculous on every video. But like getting a haircut isn't really priority for me right now. Yeah, this video is going to be a bit different. I don't know why I say that because every video I do is different, I guess. Um, I've not had a very good day. I've not had a very good time in general recently, but my outlook has been a lot better. But today it's kind of all come to a head for a multitude of reasons. Just feeling like no one's there for me, and I'm completely broke at the moment. Like I'm literally totally broke. Like I was down to my webcam just decides to like go dark. Um, yeah. Anyway, that's totally took me out of my rhythm now. But basically, I'm totally broke, and I was waiting for this money to come um, through PayPal, and for the first time ever, there was this thing where it was like they held the funds so it wouldn't go through to my bank, like because they did a random check, and then I don't think they've ever done that on me before, and they decided to do it the one time where I urgently needed that money, like for the weekend, because I literally had nothing and like pretty much next to no food or anything, and it's like it decided to do that at this one time of month, one time of I don't even know what I'm saying. One time of month, one time of year, one time of any time. I don't know. This video is just inspired by the fact that when I was walking home, and it's been real. It's just horrible outside today. It's just like really rainy and gloomy, and that doesn't put me in a bad mood or like make me down because something like that's irrelevant to me. It's just when that you see that on top of the real problems, it's just a representation for the fact that everything's not going so great, and you go out in that and get rained on. You think, ugh. Um, yeah. When I was walking home, I was thinking about perception and how you can see something completely different from one day to the next. Um, like there are probably a million different ways to interpret something, and a million differences in how you can perceive something, and they can change so much from day to day. Um, for example, sometimes you can go out into the world and just see bad everywhere. Like today, I saw no positive anywhere. I was just like, I just yeah, it just seemed like negativity. And recently, just all day, it's felt like that. Like yeah, and I'm aware. Like I'm not. I'm very self-aware. I'm an extremely self-aware person. Like yeah, and I am fully aware that this is all as a result of perception. It's not necessarily true that everything I've seen today, or most of the things anyway, have been bad. It's just a case of I've seen those things because I've already been in that mindset, so I've only acknowledged those things, and that's how I've perceived my day in a negative light. But I know on another day I can go out and like notice things I wouldn't have today. Maybe someone like gives like a smile or something like that. Just something small, or someone does a nice gesture or whatever. Like just something that is a small thing, but in the grand scheme of things, it does add up. And like, yeah, some days you just don't see those things, and you can only see the bad side. I mean, other times everything it's like seeing the world through rose tinted glasses. Like some people can, excuse me, can see everything in a great light if they're happy at that time in their life. Like they will completely miss all the bad things that's happening around them, like blank those out, and only perceive the good around them. And yeah, it's an interpretation too, how you interpret certain things, like how you interpret certain things that are said to you, or the way people treat you. You can perceive that completely different one day, to the next, and the interpretation of that varies a lot. Like, you can interpret something that's maybe meant to be a nice comment as something bad on another day. And a way of putting this into an easy to explain context is, I mean, have you ever listened to a song and one day you will hear something in that song that you never heard before? Like, I think that, I can't say for sure, but I'm sure a lot of people have, maybe they'll have a song that they really like and they'll listen to it a lot, and one day they'll hear something completely different in that song that they never heard before because of perception. One day you can look at a word that you wrote out or like said numerous times, and all of a sudden that word looks strange. Like, yeah, again, perception, how you see it. And that applies so much to life, because the way I've been feeling today, this is me being totally honest, because I always am. Like, I don't, I know my videos aren't always going to be the most engaging at all, but I just want to keep the honesty principle going the whole way through, excuse me. Yeah, and that's what I will do from beginning to end. And like today, I could have come home and I felt like just doing a rant or something on Facebook, just saying how no one cared and stuff like that, and just saying all that, and it wouldn't have helped. It would have just made things worse. So I thought, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to channel everything I've got right now into this video, and that's what I've done. And I checked my PayPal as well when I got in, and it turns out that the money I really need for this weekend, just to survive, had now transferred over to my bank. Now, I could see that as like some magical sign that, oh, I decided to not do that thing on Facebook, so circumstances have rewarded me by like now giving me this money to help me. But I know that that's just perception again. It's like when someone sees something as a miracle, or just all these different things like that, or say that this happened for a reason. I don't think that. Oh, my laptop just went completely black then. I must have my battery. Yeah, I need to check the battery settings. But yeah, that's really interrupting me again. Yeah, I don't believe that anything happens for a reason as such. What I do believe is that if something bad happens, if you can find a reason, if you can extract a reason that it happened out of it, then that's half the battle. Because bad things will happen, as good things will happen, and some people will say, oh, this happened for a reason. Reasons are everywhere. Reasons are everywhere in life. You can see them everywhere. And it's just how you interpret those reasons. You can say that this happened for that reason. It's all an interpretation again. Life is just everywhere. It's just how we see it. I mean, it's like the whole concept of vision in the first place. The fact that nothing is, you can't even see. In fact, I'm going to completely mess this up because I don't know the full details on this, but I know that the whole concept of vision is the light hitting your eyes, creating what is in front of you. That's what does it. That's kind of a metaphor for life, just what you see and how you interpret it, kind of. I feel like I've gone off point a bit, but yeah. So yeah, that's that's what I think right now, and I am having a bad day, but I know that good days will come. Like, I'm sure of that, and I know that as long as I'm aware of what's going on, like, I'm aware that I'm perceiving certain things in a bad light right now, but on another day I could see these things in a positive light. I know that I'm going to be okay. I could perceive doing this video in a multitude of different ways. Like, I look terrible, but so yeah, I look terrible, and I could say, why am I doing this? Why have I started this channel at this point in my life where I am completely broke? I look a mess. Why have I done this? But then on the other hand, I could look at it like I'm really brave for doing that. And doing that at this point in my life when I have, nothing. There's two ways to look at everything. There really is. In fact, there's more than two ways. There's much more than two ways. But yeah, I know that today is just a stopgap. It's just a transitional day where it happened and you get through it and you build yourself as a person, just like Marina Diamandis said in her FAQ. Yeah, that's why we have the bad days, to build us as people, and that's why they're there, and that's why this day is here, because once again, I will get through it and I'll be stronger at the end of it. And all I need to do sometimes is vocalize how I feel, because if it's going around in my head, it doesn't help. It's just there. But doing these videos gives me the chance to vent. And like these are the type of videos. I mean, I'm here for all sorts of videos. My let's plays, my random would you rather like series, my top 10 YouTubers, everything like that. But these come the most naturally to me. I'm not saying the others aren't real, but these are just me, and I don't hold back. I need this. I need this outlet right now, and this outlet will help me move on in life. And my hair, I don't even care though. I really don't care. Like 10 years ago, I would have been like toying with my hair, like adjusting it and stuff, getting it like gelling it and everything. Like I would have to make sure it was cut before I come on camera. I'd be shaved, everything like that. I don't think of those things right now. Maybe I will again one day, but at this point in my life, I just don't care. Like I just want to get the word out there, and more than anything, these videos are gonna be just like a diary, and me leaving my mark on the world, because I hope these will always be here, because I hope YouTube will always be here. I think it will. I hope so. But yeah, yeah, I guess that's about it. I don't really know what else to say. Yeah. So yeah. I felt awkward just about doing that. That's why, like, wiping my nose on camera. Like, this is how. It's so weird how I can go from doing a big rant like that, saying, "Oh, I don't mind how I'm seen," and then get all awkward just because I like use a tissue on my nose. And this really is one of the most random videos I've done. And can I just say, I'm completely sober at this point. Like, I'm completely sober. This is just how random I am. And I'm going to start this video now because, like, I'm going way too long on a rant video, and we're getting to like 30 minutes, and yeah, that's such an unlucky number. I mean, it's only unlucky because certain people perceive it as unlucky. Other people will never even consider that. Just perception again. I could say a lot more about perception. In fact, as soon as this video ends, I'm sure I'll think of a lot more cohesive and concise thoughts and ways I could vocalize what I feel. But for now, this is all I have, and yeah. Thank you so much for watching, as always, and I hope to see you again in my next video, whatever that may be. Okay, bye everyone.